Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet these eco-friendly and super cute cotton face pads. So they are an alternative to using disposable cotton pads, so they are great for the environment. They're washable and then you can reuse them. They're really easy to make. For the tutorial you will need some cotton yarn, a crochet hook. I'm using a 4mm. You could also use the corresponding crochet hook size, a pair of scissors and a darning needle. If you've subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. If you've not subscribed, you can do so now by hitting the subscribe button. It is totally free, and if you click the bell you'll receive notifications every time I upload a video. So to start, there's two ways to start. You can either start by using a magic ring, which I'll show you, or you can chain 5 and slip stitch to the very first stitch. So if you're going to do it by chaining, then simply chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitch to the very first stitch, and you would work in to the center there. If you're going to do an adjustable ring, to do that you want to take your yarn, sorry, let me just get organized here. You want to take your yarn like that and cross over. Then with your crochet hook you're going to pull this yarn under and grab the yarn here to pull through, and there you have it. That's your adjustable ring. So we're going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and the chain 3 is going to count as our first stitch. So the stitches we're using in this tutorial are the treble crochet, which is UK terminology, or the double crochet in US terminology. So the same stitch, just 2 different terms. So that's our first treble. We want 14 in total, so that means we need to make another 13 into the loop. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn to pull up a loop, so you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, there we go, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So we want to do that into the center of the magic ring, or your circle if you've chained 5, and we want 14 in total, including the chain 3. So if you'd like to pause the video, go ahead and complete that, and then I'll meet you. I've got 14 treble crochets in total, so I am just going to pull on the tail to close that up, and then we are going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 from the very beginning of the round. So you just give it a little pull in case it's hiding. So 1, 2, 3, so we're going to slip stitch to the top of there. So make sure you've got 2 loops on the hook. You'll probably find with cotton yarn it does kind of split quite easily. This one does, I'm using anyway, but you do get used to it, just go a little bit slower. There you go. If you chain 5 and worked in, you might have to just shuffle your stitches round that loop. So that's round 1. So round 2 we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to count as our very first treble crochet. And all we're going to do on this round is an increase. So basically 2 treble crochets into each stitch all around. So we'll have 24 stitches in total, including our chain 3. So just to show you where our first stitch is going, so you can see here this chain 3 belongs to that stitch there. So our very first stitch is going to go in here. There we go. So into the next stitch, we're going to do 2 treble crochets. That's in here. One and 2. And we're just going to continue that all along. So 2 stitches into each stitch all along. Oh, I've got a bit of a... Don't you hate it when that happens? I'm not there. Just going to work that into the work and I'll deal with that later. So if you'd like to do that, I'll come back to you in the very last stitch to show you where you're going. So if you'd like to pause the video, put 2 stitches into every stitch along. So firstly, I do apologise, it's 28 stitches in total, not 24 stitches. 28. So here I'm just at the very end, so this is my last stitch here. So I'll work those 2 trebles into there. And then we're going to slip stitch to the top, the 3rd chain at the top of the chain 3 to finish that round. So for round 3, our final round, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to continue increasing, but this time we're going to do 1 treble into the first stitch, which this is here, then 2 into the next, 1 into the next, 2 into the next, and so on. So working into the next stitch, which is this one here, we're going to do 2 trebles, 1 and 2, then we're going to do 1 into the next stitch along, and then we're going to do 2 into the next stitch along, and we're just going to repeat that all around until we get to the end. So if you'd like to pause the video and I'll meet you back at your very last stitch, it should be an increase, so you should be landing on a 2 trebles into 1 stitch. So yarn over, insert 1, 2, and then we are going to slip stitch again to the top of the chain 3, and then we're just going to tie that off. Snip off your end. So now you just need to weave in your ends, and there you have it, your eco-friendly cotton face scrubbies. If you wanted to make it bigger, you can do. The next round you would chain 3, then the next stitch would be 1 treble crochet, then the next would be an increase, so 2 into the next one, then 1 into the next, 1 into the next, 2 into the next, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 all around. The one after that you'd have 3 then your increase, and so on and so forth. So let me know what you think. If you've got any questions, add them in the comments. I'd love to see the work that you do. If you go to my main page of the channel, you'll find my Facebook and Instagram where you can send me pictures of your work. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up, and I shall see you next time.